Okay, it's been like months since I haven't talked about any Kirby games besides Dreamland and Pinball Land and most likely Avalanche. Yeah, those are the only three games I talked about. And a few art ones I showed you guys before. And most likely Epic Yarn, the disc one. So we're finally gonna go back to the good old classic HAL. H-A-L. Company that did the Kirby games since the 90s. So here it is, folks, Kirby's Dream Land 2. The story is plain and simple. Kirby's home of Dreamland has been invaded by a new foe called Dark Matter. And it's up to Kirby to save his world called Popstar, which I haven't said in a long time now. Even though everybody already talked about this game a lot now, the sequel is pretty good. It's the first time in this sequel we get introduced to Kirby's new friends, Ricky the Hamster, the Owl, the fish character, Croco. Sorry, it's been a long time since I had to go back to the Kirby franchise. The pink blob creature that helps. And Gooey, which sometimes will appear, or when you rescue already an animal friend. Now, help Kirby's ability to attack. Speaking of abilities, you get like a few new interesting abilities. Use the umbrella, fire attack, ice, electricity, all those abilities. But if you team up with the animal friends and fight off a few mini bosses, which is the only way to rescue Kirby's friends, it's our trap. When you team up with Kirby's Pallies, at least they get like awesome abilities. These two will easily beat up enemies and bosses, which I find pretty neat in this wonderful sequel. And like all Kirby games, there's 7 worlds. Let's complete and true boss battles to get this far into the game. You'll have ability to fly, and find hidden passageways to collect all the legendary stars, or so you can beat the game 100%. I remember enjoying playing the heck out of this game. It has good music, good gameplay, not to mention well-designed backgrounds. This Kirby Dream Land 2 is pretty fun to enjoy having, as long as you know what to do. You have to make sure you complete the game 100% correctly. If you don't, you'll get a bad ending. And King DDD is not truly the final boss, but Dark Matter is. I won't explain too much, but if you will have a tough time collecting all these legendary stars, if you want to beat the game incorrectly and get the true ending, and you want to make sure you collect all of the animal friends, and because later on it'll become difficult. Sometimes the stages will make you have the slight screen cliche and will crush you flat and you'll die instantly. So make sure you want to get those perfect abilities and collect the legendary ones. As all Kirby franchises go, this sequel is actually pretty good. I remember playing this game like months ago. But believe it or not, the final boss, the true final boss, Dark Matter, is no joke. He's one tough son of a gun. Kirby will have the ability to use his sword attack, which I find pretty nifty and neat. This is pretty much a true awesome final battle to the Kirby franchise. But like any final bosses, they always have 2 or 3 more paces. First one, you have to fight him off with a sword, or as much as possible. Also, it turns out he was controlling King DDD the whole time to hide his identity. And this is his true form. I had trouble fighting this boss. It turns out you have to attack behind him before he starts doing that. It's almost impossible to take no damage from this boss. And not to mention collecting all stars, you'll get more lives. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, if you collect, I think most likely Kirby's friends, they can go to sky or underwater, or ground abilities, which I find pretty nifty and handy in the game. Makes the game a bit more, in the word for it, playable. All I can say is Kirby Dream Land 2 is actually pretty good. If you are a huge Kirby fan, you might enjoy playing this game. And I love how it shows like the good old classic cutscene. So, I'll probably talk about Dreamland 3, which gets a little bit better and more colorful. And basically the last part of the Super Nintendo history time that lasted in 1990 and toward 1997. Where the third one gets even better than this one. So if you really like all the Kirby games, you might actually have a good time playing this one. And believe me, I had a whole lot of time trying to get up to level... Yeah, this game gets you upgrades when you find off all enemies and bosses. Get to higher levels to make Kirby almost invisible. Will become stronger. But anyways, I'm glad you enjoyed me talk about this wonderful sequel of Kirby Dream Land 2. For the Game Boy. And someday I'll talk about the third one, and hopefully it won't take me like, a couple of months to talk about that one. You'll have a wonderful time playing this sequel. On looking beautiful graphical backgrounds and abilities. Need to beat the game super 100%. This has been Eli's review of an old classic 90s video game. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys when I'll talk about Dreamland 3. Goodbye for now, everybody.